Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jackie and today I'm here to do my November wrap up. So November was a crazy month, as I predicted it would be. I participated in NaNoWriMo this year. Unfortunately, I did not hit the 50k word count as I would have liked, like I did last year. This month just kind of got away from me. It went by in the blink of an eye, and before I knew it, it was November 30th, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't read as much as I wanted to. So within like the last few days of November, I managed to finish 2 other books, and I read a total of 3 this month, so that's really great. Without further ado, I'm just going to jump right in and get started with the wrap up. Of course, I'm going to start off with my monthly stats. This month, like I just said, I managed to read 3 books. 2 of those were on ebook, and one of them was a physical book. One of those also was a reread. I read 1 horror book, 1 high fantasy novella collection, and the other was a comic book. And surprisingly, all 3 of the books I managed to read this month were 5-star reads, which is great. So with that out of the way, now let's jump into the books that I actually read. The first book I managed to read this month is The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. This is the collection of novellas that comes before the Throne of Glass series. This was a reread for me. I read it back in 2016 when I initially read the Throne of Glass series. Really enjoyed it back then. I actually enjoyed it a lot more the second time around, not now knowing more about the world and the characters involved that were in these prequel novellas. We learned more about them as the series continued on. So I loved it just the same, if not more, and I ended up giving that a 5 out of 5 stars. Second book I managed to finish this month was a comic book, and that is Star Wars Adventure number 12 called Intermission. This is a comic that takes place in, of course, the Star Wars universe. It takes place between episodes 2 and 3 during the Clone Wars time period. It follows Anakin Skywalker and Padmé Amidala as they go on this, well, it was supposed to be a romantic getaway, but it ended up turning into a little bit of a mess, and they get themselves into a bunch of trouble. So that's what this is all about. It's pretty short. It's only a few pages long, and this is just part 1 of it. I am going to read part 2 hopefully in December, and I really like this. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, as most of you guys know, and I love the Anakin and Padmé relationship that is featured in the movies as well as the Clone Wars TV show. So I was really excited to kind of get my first taste of the comic world through this comic, and I loved it. So again, 5 out of 5 stars from me. The last book that I managed to finish in the month of November is one that I was super stoked about finishing because I've been reading it for like a month and a half at that point, and that book is Misery by Stephen King. This is a classic Stephen King horror novel. It follows this author who is kidnapped and tortured by his #1 fan after she isn't very pleased with how the latest installment in his very highly acclaimed book series ended. And she wants her revenge. So she kidnaps him and drives him out to Colorado from Boston, and it takes off from there. This is my new favorite Stephen King novel. I knew I would like it going in because everybody raves about the movie adaptation of this book, but I didn't know how to react to it before starting to read it. Horror really isn't my thing. I'd never read horror before reading Stephen King. The only other book of his that I guess you could call horror would be Carrie, and I read that in April, and it was okay. It wasn't my favorite thing in the world, but this one just took me by surprise. I really, really, really did like it. I can see why everybody raves about it, and again, I give this a 5 out of 5 stars. My new favorite Stephen King book, and my new favorite book of 2018. And that is everything I'm going to have for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below what you guys read this month, as I would love to know. And as always, all my social media links are linked down below for you guys to go check out if you would like to follow me on any of those. And all being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you soon for another video. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye!